Hello, and welcome back to Educating Isabella, Rock and Roll 101, the podcast where I'm helping drag my good friend's 17-year-old granddaughter Isabella, you, the vinyl-spinning, concert-hopping Swiftie, into the raw roots of music history. We've covered Chuck Berry's foundational riffs, Fleetwood Mac's dramatic vibes, Duran Duran's neon glamour, and Carole King's songwriting magic. Today, we're cranking up the controversy dial with Jerry Lee Lewis, the piano-pounding pioneer nicknamed The Killer. Isabella, if Taylor Swift's your queen of confessional lyrics and Billie Eilish nails that edgy introspection, Jerry Lee was the original wild child of rock and roll, a fireball of talent wrapped in scandal. He helped birth the genre alongside Elvis at Sun Records, influenced everyone from Elton John to Bruce Springsteen, and lived a life so colorful it makes modern tabloids look tame. But his stories got layers, triumphs, tragedies, and a comeback that proves rock never dies. We'll unpack the hits, the myths, and yes, those controversies, with context, because history ain't black and white. Strap in, this one's a shaker.
Educating Isabella, rock and roll 101.
Jerry Lee Lewis burst onto the scene from the muddy banks of Faraday, Louisiana, born September 29, 1935, into a dirt-poor Pentecostal family. His dad, Elmo, was a bootlegger and farmer. Mom, Mamie, picked cotton. Amid Depression-era hardship, music was their salvation. Gospel hymns at church, honky-tonk country on the radio. Young Jerry, spotting a piano at an aunt's house around age 9, begged for one. His folks mortgaged the farm to buy a beat-up Stark upright. Self-taught, he fused gospel fire, Hank Williams' twang, Jimmy Rogers' yodels, and the forbidden rhythm and blues he snuck into at Haney's Big House, a black juke joint across the tracks. Cousins Mickey Gilley, future country star, and Jimmy Swaggart, fiery preacher, jammed with him, sparking rivalries. Jerry's style, explosive. He'd stand up, kick away the stool, pound the keys with his heels, glide his fingers in wild glissandos, turning the piano into a roaring beast, not some polite parlor instrument. No sheet music, all by ear, blending boogie-woogie bass lines with percussive right-hand runs. It was rock and roll before it had a name, raw, rebellious, and rhythmic. Teen years? Turbulent. Expelled from Southwestern Bible Institute in Texas for turning a hymn like My God is Real into a boogie-woogie barn burner. He gigged in Louisiana honky-tonks, married at 16, first of 7 wives, and hustled to Nashville in 1955, rejected. Then, in 56, he hit Memphis and Sun Records, owned by Sam Phillips, the man who discovered and recorded Elvis. Quick tidbit break. Jerry Lee Lewis got his nickname The Killer in school, not from music, but a Faraday fight where he choked out a bully, or teacher, stories vary, with such fury his pals dubbed him for life. Ferocious on keys, too. All right, back to her story. At Sun Records, Jerry backed legends like Billy Lee Riley, but shown as a solo act. Debut single Crazy Arms, 1956, sold 300,000 copies regionally. Then, national success with Whole Lotta Shakin' Going On, in 1957, a big Maybell cover he electrified, hit number 3 on Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on Country and R&B. His July 1957 Steve Allen Show appearance, he kicked the stool flying, hair whipping, TV gold. Great Balls of Fire followed, selling 1 million in days, peaking at number 2 pop, number 1 UK country R&B, and became a global sensation. He jammed with Elvis, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins in the $1 Million Quartet, impromptu sessions capturing rock's raw spirit. His influence? Massive. Jerry crossed racial lines, blending black R&B with white country gospel, helping define rockabilly. Elton John copied his piano flair. Billy Joel called him a genius. Bruce Springsteen hailed his energy. Even modern acts like The Killers nod to his moniker. But fame? Fleeting, thanks to scandal. Jerry's life was a whirlwind of highs and havoc. 7 marriages, addictions to booze and pills, tax woes leading to 1988 bankruptcy, $3 million debt, a 1976 accidental shooting of his bassist, acquitted, he was aiming at a Coke bottle, and a wild Graceland drive-by with a gun, demanding to see Elvis, which got him arrested. But the big one, his 1957 marriage to Myra Gale Brown. At 22, Jerry wed Myra, his second cousin once removed, and daughter of his bass player. She was 13. It was his third marriage, overlapping the second, bigamy at first, They remarried properly in 58. Legal? In 1950s Mississippi, yes. Minimum age for females was 12 with parental consent until a 1957 amendment raised it slightly, but consent still allowed younger unions in rural South. Common in poor, Bible Belt areas where early marriage was cultural norm, not outlier. Myra's parents approved. She later defended it as of the times. But when UK press exposed it during his May 58 tour, outrage. Headlines screamed child bride. The tour was canceled after 3 shows amid protests. Back home, radio blacklisted him. Gigs dried up. He went very quickly from $10,000 a night to $250 in dives. Record sales tanked. He was persona non grata for years. Other shadows. Fourth wife, Jaron Pate, drowned in a pool in 82 amid divorce. Suspicious but no charges ensued. His fifth wife, Sean Stevens, overdosed in 83 with bruises. Grand jury probed abuse murder claims, acquitted. Speculation swirled. Did the killer live up to the name? But no convictions. Much remains rumor. Personal toll. 2 sons died young. 1 drowning, 1 car crash. Addictions led to near-fatal ulcers in the 80s. Through it, Jerry wrestled faith, Pentecostal guilt clashing with rock's sins. Quick tidbit. Jerry once set his piano on fire mid-show to upstage Chuck Berry, flames licking as he hammered on. Rock and roll rebellion at its hottest.
Educating Isabella, rock and roll 101, yeah. Educating Isabella, rock and roll 101, yeah, rock and roll 101.
The fallout crushed his rock career, but Jerry pivoted. He left Sun Records in 1963 for Smash Mercury. Early rock flubs, then 1968's Another Place, Another Time hit number 4 on the country charts. Producer Jerry Kennedy channeled his raw energy into twangy tales. The country hits rolled. What's Made Milwaukee Famous, number 2. To Make Love Sweeter for You, number 1. There Must Be More to Love Than This, number 1. Over a dozen top 10s through the 70s. But the rebellious streak was still obvious. His 1973 Grand Ole Opry debut defied no rock rules, blasting hits and declaring, "I'm a rock and rollin', country and western, rhythm and blues singing motherfucker." The crowd loved it. Later, 70s all-star albums like The Session with Mick Jagger, Ringo Starr, 80s Rock Hall induction, 1986 inaugural class, Grammy Lifetime Achievement, 2005. 2000s duets, Last Man Standing in 2006, a million seller with Bruce Springsteen and Jimmy Page, Mean Old Man, 2010. Health battles began to take a toll, though. Strokes post-2019 meant he performed his last gig that year. Not done yet, though. He was inducted into the Country Hall of Fame in 2022, posthumously. He died on October 28, 2022, at 87 from pneumonia at his Mississippi ranch. His legacy? Over 200 recordings, dual Hall of Fame inductee, and until the end he epitomized rock's untamed spirit. Isabella, Jerry Lee Lewis was rock's rogue, talent that scorched stages, controversies that scorched careers, but resilience that scorched comebacks. He showed how music's a battleground of sin and salvation, influencing your fave's bold edges. Grandparents? Relive the fire. Millennials? See rock's wild origins. Playlists have been updated to give you a good sampling the wild man's music on Spotify, YouTube Music, Deezer. You'll find Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, Great Balls of Fire, Crazy Arms, Breathless, High School Confidential, Another Place, Another Time, What's Made Milwaukee Famous, Chantilly Lace, plus duets like Rockin' My Life Away with Kid Rock for modern flair. Isabella, your homework for this episode. Stream his 1958 debut album straight through. Feel that piano fury. Which track shakes you most, and does it echo Harry Styles' rock vibes? Thanks for riding the roller coaster, fam. Subscribe, share the shake. Next time, we'll jump back into the 1960s and the British invasion. In the meantime, keep it killer. Michael out. Rock on.
Educating